my name is Rebecca Dorn. Has anyone seen the movie Food Incorporated? This is a documentary which shows America's relationship with the food industry. This is not a healthy relationship. It sets those up who are not financially equipped for a fall, especially for diabetes type 2. Diabetes type 2 is different to diabetes type 1 because it's not hereditary and it's caused by what they eat and their lifestyles. Today we're going to talk about the food we eat and how it directly affects our health. Examples are heart disease, obesity, and most importantly preventable, diabetes type 2. We're also going to look at how it affects the individual, more commonly children these days, the symptoms, medications, and possible life effects that happen later in life. Now let's take a look at this slide behind. This is a Latino family which are featured in the movie Food Inc. They're on the road every day from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. They have no time to prepare healthy meals, so they opt for food from fast food chains, such as the dollar menus at McDonald's or Burger King. It's fast and convenient, and they get a whole meal. When they go to the supermarket, they go price broccoli, and it's $1.30 for a pound. This is not affordable to them. It's not affordable because 3 out of the 4 family members have type 2 diabetes. The father's medication alone costs $240 a month. So this is why they can't afford proper food. Then there's a petition also on the Food Incorporated movie website. It says, in June 2009, 130 moms from across the country delivered a petition with 50,000 signatures in support of the Child Nutrition Act reauthorization to Congress. In November 2010, we delivered the same petition with 250,000 signatures to the Leader of the House of Representatives to urge the passage of the Act. On December 13, 2010, President Obama signed the Child Nutritional Act, and he says, at the very basic level, this Act is about doing what's right for our children. Now we're going to take a look at the individual. Type 2 diabetes was more common in older people, but now, because of obesity, it's more common with children. The rise in the numbers in diabetes is the highest in North America and the lowest in Western Europe. Some of the symptoms, they're not very noticeable at first, but according to WebMD, there's an increase in thirst, increase in hunger, dry mouth, frequent urination, unexplained weight loss, fatigue, blurred vision, headaches, or a loss of consciousness. But these can also be easily explained by other circumstances, so initially one would not think that they had diabetes. Medications. This is good news for the drug companies. According to a drug research firm, IMS Health, the pills and injections that are on the market, the global sales of the medications totaled $35 billion last year and is estimated to be $48 billion by the year 2015. Insulin is the main medication. Others, which include alpha-glucosidase inhibitors, bromocriptine, exenatide, lingaliptin, just to name a few in a very, very long list. Possible health effects. They can be heart disease, stroke, damage to the kidneys or nerves, amputation of limbs, or blindness. Now that we've discussed the causes and symptoms and how to control type 2 diabetes, let's look at a few foods that play a part in this. The main foods that cause type 2 diabetes are predominantly fast food with processed and unprocessed meats. The processed meats be bacon, burgers, hot dogs. Then we have refined beverages such as sodas or like Gatorades or those kind of high sugar drinks. Red meat also plays a big factor. Then we have high fat or high sugar diets. The main link to diabetes through this is because it causes obesity. So with this link, anything that's high in fat or high in sugar can cause obesity, which then cause type 2 diabetes. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition says that processed and unprocessed breakfast meats can increase your chances of getting diabetes, at an increase of 51% of processed meats and 20% increase in unprocessed meats. It also recommends that if you replace red meat with a healthier protein, an example of being with nuts, you get a 21% reduction in your chances of getting type 2 diabetes. If you replaced it with a low-fat dairy, there would be a 17% decrease, and then with whole grains, you could see a 23% decrease in your risk of getting type 2 diabetes. Exercise is another big factor in this, and the lack thereof. Playing video games, having a very sedentary lifestyle, no walking, using cars, these are all examples of like low physical activity. Again, this is linked to obesity and therefore it's linked to type 2 diabetes. These are some charts behind me which are talking about the ethnic groups and children, and then this is the different years on the increase in type 2 diabetes. From the 70s to 2000s we can see a huge increase, especially in children and adolescents, and not just the older person, which was more common with. And then here we see the ethnic groups. We have white, black, and Mexican American. As Linda was just saying, that it's more apparent in minorities. It's 1 in 3 for African Americans, and it's 1 in 2 for Latino Americans. So, in conclusion, we've talked about the documentary Food Incorporation, which is an eye-opener for many of us who do not know too much about diabetes type 2. We talked about how it affects our lives through obesity, and this is a leading factor in the cause of type 2 diabetes. We also discussed the symptoms, medications, and possible side effects of this, I will stress, preventable disease, and the likelihood that one can get it. Thank you, and remember, you are what you eat.